What it is, what it is, what it is, YouTube. You know who it is. It's your boy, the Moose. Let's kick it.
What would you do with a moose on the loose? Would you go to a party? Would you sing with him karaoke? Would you race him to a school? Would you stand with him at a wedding? Would you go to his corporate event? I ask you, what are you waiting for? Because he's already loose.
Oh man, it is complete. This is the 5th video on this, but it's done. I can finally say I got it done. Now there's a couple tweaks that I have to do with it, but other than that, it's done. So I want your all's take now. DJ Steady Manuals. Man, I know. I forgot the E. And I was like, oh, I felt bad, but I put the E on there. But I did a little differently. I had to get rid of those the colors. The reason why is because I put it on there temporarily to see what it would look like. And I shot the video because I kind of wanted a reaction to see what it looked like. And I didn't like the look. I like this look a lot better. So let's go ahead and show you. Now, the way I set it up this way. They're 3-inch. They're 3-inch letters. So what I had to do is I had to stretch them. Now, at first I was going to put edges on the sides, going up the pole, and just I'm ready to get this thing on the way. There's a couple things that I have to go through on the next one. This is a prototype. And usually prototypes have kind of flaws. So this one has a couple flaws here and there, but other than that, it looks awesome. So let's go ahead and show you what I got going, and I'll show you the flaws. People are going to be able to take a picture and have a good time.
Strike the pose, there's nothing to it.
What do y'all think? I want y'all's honest opinion of this. Leave a comment below what y'all think of my new photo booth. Now, how this works is the iPad is broken, unfortunately. What happened was I had got the iPad and I broke the screen the first time. Back in February or something like that. I was actually doing a video, and something happened, and I didn't realize what I did until after I did it. But I threw a lug nut out of the mixer. I don't know why the hell the lug nut was in the mixer, but I threw it out of the mixer. And next thing you know, the lug nut was there, and it cracked the corner of my screen. And then from then on, I've been using it. But when I went to take it out of the thing to get it fixed, majority of it was separated. So it was the glue that they used on the last one because it was cheap. So, anyways, my son-in-law is going to fix it as soon as he gets the replacement. But what I did was, there's a couple things that I did here. The button for the light, I had to get this light. Now, I went all everywhere trying to figure out how I was going to do a light. Because at first I was going to do umbrellas. And umbrellas are cool, but it's not going to work for this kind of setup. I've been toying with all kinds of different ideas, but I was not going to build put a wood box on top of a tripod. I wasn't going to do it. So what I did was I took this, it's a 24 by 24 inch pad. Now, at first, it didn't start that way. It started out with a 12 by 12. That box underneath is a 12 by 12. I built the 12 by 12 box first. And then after I built the 12 by 12 box, which I used, it was a 1 by 6. But these two 1 by 6s that I used were they're not in the 1 by 6 aisle. They were 1 by 6 by 6 foot. So basically, that's the 4 foot gave me that box. And then I bought another one for the 6 feet there to go up. Now, let me show you this. And Home Depot, let's get on the other side of it. The Home Depot. Now I gotta fix the back end here, but for the gig, before the gig, but I wanted to show you this whole thing here, the back end of it. Okay, so what happened was like I said, I gotta paint the back. I haven't painted it. I painted the front because I wanted to make sure I had enough paint, and as you can see, the bottom I had to work on getting the paint on there. I have enough paint to do it. I wanted to get the front done. That way I can go ahead and I finished this backside, no problem. It'll take me about 10 minutes to fix it. I gotta clip the zip ties, which I got the zip tie clipper right there. I got the zip tie clipper. See it? The zip clippers, they're right there. So hey, basically, I'll take it and I'm gonna clip it there, and then I'll clip those things there, and then that 2x4. This 2x4 is the center of everything. Okay, so there's two pieces of wood that's together. What I did was I took the 2x4 and I laid it on the ground. I laid it on the bench. I measured halfway on both of these. So this is center on of the board. So I got it center. Then what I did was I took the grinder. I was going to take my chop saw, what's they call that? Not chop saw, but well, I was going to take my saw. And I was going to put it halfway down. I was going to straighten it out, get it all set up. The grinder was right there, so I took a grinder and I went down 2 inches all the way across down to the bottom there. To the top of that box there. To the top of this box right there where the thing sits there. Right there. So let's go sideways. I want to show you this. So what I did here on the side is this 2x4 and this board. The board isn't cut at all. The board actually stays the same height all the way across, 6 foot. It's a 6 foot board. Okay, so what I did was I took these. I have the other nut. I'm going to fix this so that in there, in between there and there, I'm going to take the board here that goes across. Let me show you. the board that goes here across, that goes up and down, I'm going to take that, and there's like a bolt. Let me see. See the bolt? Let's take it apart. Okay, so when I take it apart, this thing right here goes in the hole and goes out. Now, if you see this, this is just a flexi screen. This is temporary. I tried that to see if it would work, and it works really well. Believe it or not, as you can see, it moves around and it's floppy. The only reason I got this here is this center. This is like center right here to right here. And then I put the hole right here. So I kind of concealed the hole on the other side of it. So like there's the holes right here. So you really can't see the hole when you're getting your picture taken and all that. You're not really worried about where the wire is coming from. So here's the wire comes through this hole here, and then it goes down, and as you can see, these are fixed. Now I got these on the other side. This one comes out. This comes out like this. This goes to the lights. But as you can see here, I got this all. Once I paint this, you really won't be able to tell that this. Look at the wire. I used construction grade filler to fill these up with. And then look down here, down the 2x4, you really can't even tell that that thing is there. Look at that. I used a construction grade filler there. I put two, there's a screw here, and then there's a screw down here on this side. These are 3-inch screws, and I when I screwed them down like at an angle. Down at an angle. Like that. And I put 2 of those there. And then the bolts down here, they're carriage bolts. I'll show you the inside of this. This is the inside. Okay, so what I did was I took the bolts, and they come through here like this. Now, these bolts, I'm not going to use these bolts. I'm going to use a different bolt. I'm going to basically pick up the bolts that I need to get with this. But I'm going to pick up the bolts with the heads. There's going to be 2 of them. These are what I had lying around the house. And then this right here is going to be sealed in. I'm going to seal this in with that sealant stuff. I'll have to get some more. But that's what I did here. Now, now what I got here is I got I got to clean it off. But this is for the, this is the lights. And of course this is for the iPad. But that's for the iPad. It's a 10-foot ribbon wire. Now, what I did here, this is going to have to get actually changed. But what I did was I got a 3. It's a 3. Just a 3. I got this from Dollar Tree. And pretty much. And then what I did here was I got it all together. And this is why I got to clean all this up. This is why I got to replace this. I'm going to take this wire off and redo it. This actually is really good. It's construction grade. If I did go on a construction site, I wouldn't be able to use it, but other than that. But that's pretty much how that goes. Now, let me show you how this works. Take the bolts out here. Now, each one of these is going to have a washer on this side and a washer on the other side. So, there's going to be washers here. I didn't put the washers yet. Like I said, this is just a... And then those are the bolts that came there. And then I put the 2 bolts there. As you can see, the holes are... I think they're 3/8. These are a little bit smaller than 3. No, they're just about 3/8 or something like that. I forgot exactly what I used, but... And then as you can see, what happens is you just take it up like this. Here is this board. This board right here coming out, this 2x4, it comes down, but I took the 2x4 and I actually trimmed the 2x4. But look where the wires are. The wire comes down from there and it gets bent in. Okay, so what I did was I got that 2x4, and I'll show you. Hopefully I can show you from this side. I can't show you from the other side because it's sealed up, but as you can see, this side right here, that's where I put cut the hole all the way across the back and the bottom. Okay, so that's that hole right there that goes to connect it there. Now this is what it looks like on the other side of the hole. We're going to show you everything. So I'm pretty much going to take all this apart. I want to show you this booth because you might be interested in making one yourself, and you might do it a little differently than I did. But so what I did here was those bolts come through here, and as you can see, they're got washers on them, but they stick out right here. They stick out right here. So what I was going to do is they stick out right here on this pole right here. This pole, this is the back side of the pole. Flip it over like this. Right here, this side and this side right here, as you can see, is where this goes. What I'm going to do there is those little nuts. I'm going to take on this side right here, and I'm going to wear it down a little bit. I'm going to get it a little, I'm not going to do much, but I'm just going to get in here with my knife, my pocket knife. I'm going to do it like this. My pocket knife, and I can take it like this, and I can scratch it a little bit, maybe like that. You don't really need like a, just scratch it a little bit. And scratch it a little bit. I'm going to repaint that, but I'm just trying to show you a little trick. So then you can take this. Okay, so there's where the power for the lights go. And that's the power for the iPad. Now I had to fix this little hole here. As you can see here, this is going to be blue. I'm going to paint it blue. But as you can see there, I patched it up real good. I'm going to sand it down one more time. With I'm going to have to get I don't have any more 80. So I'm going to have to get some 80 sandpaper so I can sand that down. So I can do the sanding process with it the right way, because you got to start with. Let me show you. See how tight that is now? It wasn't that tight then, or it's tighter now. But as you can see in there, hopefully you can get in there. See how tight it is? It's tighter. So anyways, it tightened up. Like I said, I have to repaint that a little bit. Now let me show you this other piece. Let me show you that piece. So basically, in a nutshell, this thing took me some time to try to figure out how to build it. And I wanted to show you guys behind the scenes of what it actually looked like. Kind of the build. Now this piece right here all came together, besides the iPad piece. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay. See the back, the two bolts are washered and bolted tight. Okay. I stole it from my old case. Because I'm the prototype. The prototypes usually, when you do a prototype, when people say they do a prototype, I'm going to tell you something. Here down in Texas, there's been a guy that's been shooting rockets for a long time. He's been doing it because he felt that he wanted to send people to space. And I'm not talking about Benzo. I'm talking about Elon Musk. Elon Musk is wanting to do something a little bit different than what there it is. And as you can see, that's the back side of it, and that goes through. So this is in a nutshell. So there you have it. I know the photo is, anyways, it's very complex. The work behind it was kind of rough. I had to scratch a lot of paper to get this idea to come about. Trying to figure out how to manipulate it, how to get it to get this. Now, I forgot to mention, I'm going to show you here the whole premise of the idea that came behind the rest of it. Okay, so I was at Hobby Lobby and I was like, I want to get a picture frame for the booth. That's all I wanted to do, is get a picture frame for the booth. And this came to me. Let me show you. So this is the picture frame that came to me from Hobby Lobby. It was on, actually, it was 24 bucks. So it wasn't on sale. Okay, so I want to share with you what happened. If you look at the board, the way it's shaped, I could not, to save my life, get the center on one side. Because when you're doing this, you have to get the center line on it. So I had to make the center line. I'll show you. Oh, you can't see the lines now, but I had to actually make the center line for this. So I could get center, so I could put this in the center. This is actually center, but it took me forever to try to find center. What I had to do is I had to basically measure one side. So what I did was I measured this side to this side. I found the center line in the center of the board. So what I did was I went from that center line this way, and I went from the center line that way. Now remember, I went from this to that, this to that, to get center in the middle. So I made the line going this way, like this. Okay. So what I did was I kind of got an idea of what was going on. So what I did was I took that line. This is crazy. You could see a little bit of it portion. Let's see if I can't zoom in on it for it. See if I can't zoom in. Oh, I can only zoom out. This is zoom in all the way. That's a zoom in all the way with this camera. See that little line right there? It goes all the way back to over here. So I made that line and it goes all the way across. That gave me this and that. So when I did that, I put it across there like that. So then I had a line that was straight. So then what I did was I took my big old long ass square. Well, it's not in here, it's in the garage. I put it back in the garage. Yeah, I'll put it back in the garage. It's a framing square. It's a big old ass framing square. I took the framing square and I put it this way with the line. I put it straight with the line, going up and down, so that the T would go like this, and then it would go this way. So it was going perpendicular with the line. It was going straight with the line. So then what I did was I moved it over to the center of this board, to where that line was kind of like, not really the center, but I moved it over to the edge here where my foot is, and then this right here, the foot. What I did was I established one side, because as you can see, this side is this way, and then that side is this way. What I did was I established one side to be straight. So what I did was right here where this is, I measured from here with my T-square. I put it there, made it solid, made a line going from here all the way across to there. And that's how I made my line. I did one side. I didn't do the other side. So anything that I measured from this side, I measured from this side to that side. So then I had to go over there and do the same thing with that side. I had to find a straight line, which is right there in the corner right here. I started here and I worked my way that way. And I made a straight line across there like that. And that's how I did it. Sometimes you could pick any one you want, but I would pick the one that's going to be indented. As you can see, the board, the way it's set up, it's indented. See how it's indented right there? Right here. This right here is indented. It's indented. It goes in like this and goes like that. And then this one goes the same way almost. It looks like almost the same measure, and then it goes up, and then it goes over. Okay, well, the same thing with this one. This one was a longer one, so that's why I went with this one. This one was a longer one, and then when it comes up, and then it goes up. But look, it comes up and then goes down, but it doesn't go all the way in, and it goes down and then go over. Now look at the other side. And that's what it looks like on the other side. They basically made this big old piece. Now this is not regular wood, yo. This is composite wood. I wish I would have left it the way it was. It was composite wood, which on one side, and then they made that other piece on the other side. So that's basically what it looks like. This looks like a little cushion on a thing, but then the iPad flies in, it slides in, and then goes in there, and then everything else. Now these screws, they're screwed in. They actually have a sticky point on the sides, but this one right here and this one right here would not stick to save my life. So what I did is I went in my screws, found a screw that fit the hole, put them in, and down. Okay, so this light is linked below, and as you can see there's okay, so that's the whole booth in a nutshell. There's the pole there separated, and the footboard, and then there's this piece. Another long video, but I had to show you everything that's enacted with this build. I wanted to show it to you as I went, but I didn't get a chance to. I got overhandedly busy and I needed to get it done. The photo booth's ready. I just lacquered it today. So I'm gonna put a couple more coats. I got enough for maybe 2 or 3 coats. I'm gonna coat the hell out of it. The more coats you put, it's not gonna hurt nothing. So I'm gonna put a couple more coats on it and be done. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel.
Hey, look, a new subscriber.
Go ahead and ring that bell for more notifications for videos like this and countless others. Go ahead and smash that like button. There's no more photo booth. And that's the review Friday. Peace.